I need some music.
Hello, everybody. Something like that. How y'all doing? Terrell, Specs, thank you so much for the resubs. And yes, it is September, so if you want to support the channel, you can do so at a discount.
It is Skunktember. Support Skunktember by petting a skunk.
That too. Alright. Also, the music was brought to you by Game Chops Radio, which is DJ Cutman's stuff.
Oh, can you do a Discord stream?
Oh yes, I can. And I shall. I forgot. It's at least something.
Thank you.
Alright. And yes, happy Labor Day. Happy Labor.
Today-bur Day is Labor Day.
Something like that. Okay, so when we last left off, I ran around Death Mountain like an idiot. I have almost every item. I'm near max level. And I still have to get stuff. But I think we're in a good position to just kind of Zerg rush some of the palaces and get it over with. Also, I am Air.
Have we discussed what you actually need for Go mode?
Nope.
Because I'm not sure. Do you need to spell necessarily, or is that just a thing to get an item?
I think the thing to get an item.
Oh, you're gonna need the reflect spell, obviously.
Yeah, that'll kill the Wizrobe boss.
Yeah. I think that might be like the last. Like, you can go without the jump spell since you've got fairy.
Right, I already been here.
Yeah, I think really just the reflect spell, and you could probably just like finish every palace.
Yeah. Which is what we're gonna do right away, is take care of the palace that was closest to us here. I just have to remember where it was. Ah, fuck. You know what I need? Up thrust and down thrust.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That also would be very helpful. Maybe necessary, actually. There might be some spots where you have to down thrust through some blocks or up thrust through some blocks.
A distinct possibility. Where the fuck is that palace, oh god?
My memory of everything was pushed aside by Stellaris.
Mine too. Although I'm really happy with our Stellaris game, which is on Fridays. You all should check it out if you haven't yet.
Yeah, you're having fun there eating the galaxy. I'm just kind of sitting in my little corner researching shit.
Yeah.
Doing our things.
Doing our things. Okay. Did I beat this palace?
You know, I was thinking I really wish I hadn't randomized the colors and brick patterns.
Yeah. Well, I think I did. But, you know what? It won't hurt to take a look.
I bet it will hurt.
Ow, you're right. I am appreciating how everything is just dying. It's a welcome change. Ernest, thank you for continuing that gift sub. What? Ow. That's a dead end. I really wish that the palaces would actually turn to stone once you get the treasure and kill the boss.
Well, it would make things a little easier, yeah.
Wait, yes, I remember this. I got entombed here last time. But I think that's the case every time I come here.
Bop! Well, he did make a map for Death Mountain. Oh, look at this asshole. Oh, hey! Did us a big flavor. Yes. Maybe we haven't gone here.
This should be the treasure.
Yeah.
For the record, we are now at Sideways Cross.
Yes! Yes! Oh.
Aw. Well, this better be worth it. 500. Oh.
Yeah. Pretty sure we got the boss on this, didn't we?
Yeah. We can call this one Dunzo.
Dunzo the Magnificent.
Dunzo the Terrible.
What was that clip? I don't remember. It was like a some dude on YouTube was always using a clip of a dude going, "Disappointing."
Oh, the Hercules clip?
Is that what it's from?
Yeah, it's like Kevin Sorbo's evil goateed Hercules just be like, disappointing. One day I'll have a stream deck, and then I'll go as all the neat sound effects and crap.
You can do one for free on your phone, can't you?
It's got a subscription model, but it is like $3 a month, so maybe that'll work. Rather than like dumping $150 on a thing.
Yeah. He's just reading the stage direction. He's supposed to read it in a disappointed voice, but he literally said it. Is that actually the story of why that happened, or? Oh my god, that's amazing. And he just kept it.
It was a great take. Of entirely the wrong thing. But it was a great take. Alright.
I guess you might as well go down to like Death Mountain and get that boulder out of the way.
Oh yeah, Death Mountain. So, y'all remember how last time I was darting around like the entirety of Death Mountain, going in and out of every cave, desperate to get to where that boulder was? Did I talk to you? I lost my mirror. Good for you.
Blip, 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 blip.
That was my hand just resting on Z, which is that button. You know, Magoo.
But anyway, you were talking about Death Mountain?
Yeah, so, I was trying to stall till I got there. Okay, so here's the way into Death Mountain. And now I'm in Death Mountain. And we went all over the place. I, dragging you all along. In every fucking cave here. Looking for that boulder. When all I had to do, this whole fucking eyeball. I like you, eyeball. This whole time was just keep walking straight up because there fucking is.
Oh my god, okay. Like, I saw the map you sent me, but I didn't quite parse what you were saying. I thought you were saying, like, oh, I just had to go into this cave and I was there. No, it's literally right there.
Yeah, because... Okay, it's a heart container.
Well, that's something.
I literally pulled open the video from last time and I watched it double speed, trying to figure out which caves I did and did not go into. And then I noticed that the area where the boulder is looks exactly like this area right here, and I'm like, oh my god, I was just straight shot up.
I didn't realize it was even that close. Even after you showed me, I didn't realize.
So
it's literally like 2 tiles off screen.
Yeah,
oh,
so
no.
That's Death Mountain. We're done with it. This is Mito.
That's pretty neato. Ass, let me help you.
Nah. I think I needed the fairy spell for here.
Oh, yeah! Yes! Yes!
Are you a soldier?
Yes!
Press down, you idiot.
You idiot! Oh, you just press down, you don't have to press any buttons, yeah.
Okay, so, ha 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 ha. That is weird.
That is a vaguely unpleasant image. I don't know, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of that one either.
It's like one of those little bouncy things you jump around on as a kid, except it's deflated. He's like, it doesn't work anymore. Teabag of death. You know, I didn't want to say it. But, you know, he brought it up, so.
The water of life, quick, come with me.
Oh, I forgot you had that.
Me too. I guess I should check that off.
I didn't know you could get more than one thing in a town.
There's no Wi-Fi here. The Thunder Spell. That's maybe useful.
That'll help you get through the fences in that area where everyone attacks you.
Ah, yes. We call that hell.
Oh, yeah. So this is the cave.
And just a triple check.
Hit me.
You want the weakest link? Goodbye. We got the spell.
Spell. Oh, that can open up that area in that other town, but I think that's on the other continent.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be the spell on the tracker. Meaning we're done with this continent.
Before the hero trains. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so the swamp, well, except for the palaces. We didn't beat this palace because that color matches that thing. And this is not the Wizrobe, because the Wizrobe was in the swamp. So this should be the next target. That didn't go according to plan.
They're too powerful to be teabagged.
Keikaku means plan. Oh right, this is the place with the stupid invisible gap right before the boss. No,
Oh, it's
this
a puppy.
this is a key or something.
Oh, teabag it, teabag it, teabag it! Come on! Yes!
I can do that.
Infinite wolf. No, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it!
Hey, we're at
We're at
3,
glue?
4, and now we're at
Boop. I'm glad we stopped.
It was worth it. A nice photo op for the family. I have no memory of any of this. I don't think we ever went this way. Fuck.
Hey, yeah, but now you can, yeah.
I can hit that one, but not there. We go.
I might have to deal with two of them.
Meme.
That'd be great. Just like Star Wars memes, but it's like the wrong meme for the wrong occasion.
Yeah.
Like you get one on each side, and you're like, "They fly now? They fly now?"
Really?
Bye. Oh, hello. Guess you gotta do the horse and not him. Or him, but not the horse. I don't know. Rules are stupid.
We go from blip to blip. Wait, that looks like, I don't know, the sword?
Yeah, we're definitely into like sprite sheet territory now, but with different palettes, so it's hard to tell.
I like life. Did we get the treasure out of here?
Yeah, I don't know. Horseman, whose powers include horse.
I mean, all he is just one of those guys with a horse. So what?
Yes.
These guys didn't opt for the horse. Did the yellow guys not get a horse, or the red guys not get a horse? Like, what's the power structure in Ganon's army?
This was before Epona. There was only one horse. Or two, because they duplicated that boss again.
Wait, was this whole dungeon literally just a straight shot to the boss?
It might have been. Ganon said it's my turn on the horse. And Ganon isn't technically in this game, so I guess he's not random unless you consider not showing up to be random. I don't know. Yeah, go down to the bottom and get the key. Get the key.
Hang on.
Get the key. Get the key, though. Guy's a block. Now you're soft lock forever.
And this is sword to whatever that mess is.
Kind of looks like a doofy animal face.
At this point, they're all Rorschach tests.
Yeah.
Am I stuck? Oh no, I'm not. Or am I?
You just gotta time it right.
This dungeon holds nothing more for me. I shall leave. By going to the boss room because it's quicker. Except I can't because fuck.
It's in time with the music. It's the same BPM.
Bip 'em.
Bip 'em.
No!
No! No!
Stupid shredder wannabe.
What do you mean, of course it's the same BPM? Is that a joke? I don't know.
Yeah, this is where the small child was.
Oh, yeah.
So this dungeon is fucking done. All it cost was a life.
All it cost was my soul.
Can't do the Swamp Palace, for lack of a better term, until, you get Reflect. But I can go back and do the one in Maze Island.
Dude, is it a kobold? I actually gotta look that up, because I know it's called something stupid that you wouldn't expect.
Oh, that's just Zelda naming conventions.
Something stupid you wouldn't expect.
Is that a lizard? No, it's a Lizophos. That a skeleton? No, it's a Stalphos. That a spider? Nah, it's a Tektite. What's that pile of pancakes? That's a like.
Huh. The things I was calling Lizalphoses in this game are called Garus.
Ah, Gary's.
The bugs that fly at you are called booms. The bats are called aches. Like aches and pains. I don't know why they're not called keys in this game, but they're just called aches.
We beat this one. Oh no. The invisible fuckers are here.
No.
Go away! So what are those spiders called?
I think those are dealers.
Sure.
I can only find like one page from the manual, so I'm only getting like half of them. I can't find the kobold-looking thing. No, maybe she can ferry her way through.
You're smart.
I'm pragmatic.
Naburo.
Oh, the spider on the overworld that you have to play the flute to get rid of is called a river devil.
Damn it.
Oh, there it is.
Back.
The kobold thing is called a wosu. W-O-S-U. I wonder if that means anything in, like, Japanese.
She is thirsty. Can I get water from here? The fountain knows nothing. Oh, it's a child. Want to get some water? Yes. Did I get water? Do I have water? You have water. Come to my house.
Oh! Okay, that works.
Give me reflect. Show me potato salad. Stay a while.
Stay a while and listen.
Jump.
Jump. Useless.
No.
No, I guess
Fundamentally.
It's way cheaper than ferry, so...
Yeah.
It won't prevent you from, like, breaking blocks or whatever.
And that means we can go down the chimney in that other town.
Oh, yeah! Apparently you can also do that as a ferry if you duck first before you transform. But yeah.
Now nothing. No, nothing. I am Bat.
That shredder-looking enemy, it's called a Doom Knocker.
Hidden town of Kasuto. I can use spell here.
Oh yeah. You deserve my help.
I don't know if I got this or not.
I don't either. Guess you did. I'm the old wise man now!
I am the old man at the grave.
Oh. So, the bats are called aches, and there are also some that turn into goblins, and those are called ache-mans.
Oh, I thought that'd be called pains.
It's not that clever. The snarf-looking things are called megmats.
Of course they are.
Oh!
Unnecessarily tall door. Give me reflect. Or a cross.
Does that maybe give you the power to see invisible enemies?
It should.
I forget. The boss whose head you have to knock off several times is called Sherma Fenzer.
Are these the English names?
I don't think they were ever translated. I mean, or else, I don't know. I mean, yeah, this is what we got. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see them now. These blue fuckers.
Yes! Yes! That means you can go to that town that's haunted.
I already went in there and I got everything.
Shit, you're right! Oh, they're trying to juke you. Oh.
100.
Oh!
That ain't bad. We are now at... I don't know what that is.
It's an Eggman.
It could be. You wanna drop down this way? You wanna get in the range here?
Oh.
Yeah. I got that already. So I'm good here.
Disappeared like everyone else.
I mean, the town should just turn to stone when you don't need them anymore.
Foul eyeball.
We are now at... shape.
You heal yourself with such conviction. Oh yeah, Alice. Did we ever do Alice here?
Yes, it's just slapping the space bar. There is the castle where Zelda is asleep. That may be Hyrule Castle, and maybe her apartment building, I don't know.
Her apartment?
You know, the royal apartments. Far, far away.
Some weird Bronze Age temple where, like, God is worshipped on an altar and she's just lying there dead.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Thank you for the follow, Scrit Wolf. Scrit Wolf. Yes.
This feels like Shrek now. What does that mean?
I would totally rent an apartment in a castle too. I have memory of doing this already.
I don't. I thought we just grabbed the items in the Maze Island and, like, skedaddled, but no, I do remember this now. Oh, that's right. I remember you couldn't get that key because you didn't have the upstab.
Right, but I don't need the key because I'm in, like, weird shape territory.
royal apartments, but you're a fat ferryman out to save the princess. Hey, you're right, yeah. He's like a human Shrek.
We got this. That's where the child was.
Ah. Oh, that's right, yeah, because the lady said he was on an island. Maze Island. There's these assholes.
I wish I had Reflect so I could deal with you.
Why do they have to cast their spells so low to the ground? What's the point of that? It looks stupid. Oh yeah, this part.
Yeah, and if we kill them, they don't come back. That's one. And that would be the second one.
Makes it seem like this room like is full of them, but no, they just they wrap around the x-axis. Like assholes. Yeah, these are one of the few enemies in the game that have unambiguously English names. They're just Iron Knuckles. No. And then a Doom Knocker, I guess, but that's just never gonna not amuse me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's like everything else is just nonsense that never gets carried over to the other games. Like in every other Zelda game, bats are called keys or keeses or whatever. Here they're just aches. Why are they aches? And it's like, okay, moblins, yeah, that was from the first game. They kind of came back, but everything else is just nonsense.
It was supposed to be the life spell. I forgot.
Well, that works. Pick an elevator up. So I guess I never noticed, but those Wosu kobold-looking things have a little, a single red pixel dripping off the end of their blade.
Huh.
To symbolize that they're the most dangerous enemy.
We are now at whatever that shape is. It's like a at symbol. Oh no, my magic. I might need that. Granddad. Almost. Yeah. It's like a tiny granddad. Well, let's see if I can do this without magic. Probably not. Nope, no way in hell. Unless I fall in right here and hold to the right. Nope.
Nope. Well,
Worst. This is the worst.
oh, it makes the game so easy. It's slow. Reaction time. It's like I'm really playing Radius 3.
I apologize for the Telegram notification sounds. I will close Telegram.
Oh no! No!
Ah! Oh. Okay. We have magic, we have health, so we kind of have an idea what we need to do. One and two.
Game over. Return of Pigman.
Now we've got we've got an empty bottle. Wrong game.
Screw you, I'm out.
I think this way was just a key, yep. let's get that spell ready. Wah.
Wow.
Wah.
Fiona.
Here's where I needed the jump spell.
Wee.
Because right after statue number 3 is an invisible gap.
Oh yeah. Oh god, you just barely cleared that.
Yeah.
I can see you start to sink. Oh shit, I remember this now. Yeah, this is what stopped us before. Oh, nice block. Oh, it's this guy.
I am scared.
Well, you couldn't downstab his head, I think. Yeah, a shield would definitely be a good idea. Maybe jump too. No!
Just fucking immediately.
Maybe jump wouldn't be a good idea. Maybe like the max jump height would be good space to hit him with. I don't know. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Get close. Don't let him knock you off. Why?
Well, does it only take forever?
Oh, he's not even down a health bar yet.
Now he is.
4 hits.
Really?
That was a tiny hitbox.
You are large. Have large hitbox. Okay, I was having silent conniptions the entire time because
Like, I know what your controller setup is right now, and I cannot imagine playing it backwards like that. I'm just imagining myself, like, trying to run around with a cursor keys and Z and X or whatever, and just, like, falling constantly, and oh my god. Well done.
Thank you. I don't know what palace that was because the colors are all fucked up, so we're just gonna chuck off that one.
I'm gonna assume the green one, because, you know, it's a green pedestal, but I don't know.
Alright, so we're done here.
Yeah. I will be right back in a few minutes.
That would be an awesome time to read off donations. Oh wait. Game's done quick. I love it. For those keeping score, we are now at the top of Granddad's hat. I actually lost count of how many keys that is. I think we're at 20? Something like that. Definitely deep into the sprite sheet. Nick, how you doing? Okay, now we need to sync. This is a terrible place to sync. Okay, so I need to get the reflect spell. Up slash wouldn't be, or up thrust. I don't know what it's called. Aw, sushi. I want sushi, and happy birthday. The sky stabby. Oh, thank God. I guess I could trek into the lava. That seems like an idea. Gonna wait for the spider to meander on over here and get kicked out of level. Just as I planned. Screw this.
Oh, this place. Yeah, we never explored here yet. Probably for good reason.
Ow. Ow. Now this should be the final palace. It's not. The final palace is over there at the 3 rocks where you have to use the flute. So this is just whatever the fuck dungeon. In this whatever the fuck color this is. I do like the tiling though.
That is nice.
And now we're at...
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Pop! I just love when you take those guys out with one solid pounding to the face.
I like how I'm basically hitting every enemy in the knees. I don't need anything. God.
I don't need it.
No!
Oh!
Wrong spell. I don't need anything. I'm fine. I'm great. Oh God.
I don't need it. Oh, you
I'll kill you all. I am the fairy of spite.
It's made out of the same stuff as Tunic's made out of. You can tell because it's the same color.
Ooh. This feels like a treasure direction.
Treasure direction. Ooh, yeah.
Am I there yet?
This seems important. Nope, it's over.
I'm just gonna keep going right until I can't go right anymore. 3, 2, 1. Nope. It's not even right. It's left.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Mentally.
Oh. These guys are like Wizards, but worse. Hey, this looks like treasure.
And it is a boot.
Oh, that's useful. It'll let you walk on water.
That's the last treasure in a palace I can get.
Cool. Yeah, I guess everything else is going to be pea bags or like a heart container or something. Cool.
Yeah, so all I need is the reflect spell and to beat this palace and the Wizrobe palace, and we're done. Well, you know, we can do the last palace.
Go mode.
It's made out of blue.
Or purple, depending on how you look at it.
The finest lavenders. Oh God.
Oh, nicely done. You protected yourself with your burly chest.
Just bounce off his iron stomach. Is literally iron stomach.
Oh.
Really?
Great. What else, Snake? Looks like someone's going to 4-1.
Looks like this guy's gonna join him. Hang on, I'll help. I just gotta stand here until you figure it out. There you go.
Yay!
And he jumped into oblivion.
Surprised he didn't pop up on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how the absurd rules of NES programming lead to situations that everyone just views as logical. It's like, oh, he disappeared at the top of the screen. Well, of course he'd come up at the bottom, duh. Oh.
I remembered that being a thing.
Now, didn't you come from this direction? Like you ignored the elevator?
Yes. I had to see the lava of this mixture. But I don't need that.
But don't you want it?
Of course I do. Oh, perfect. Oh, this dude.
Shield!
Why am I doing... Oh, right, because I watched Jared play this. So when Jared played his randomizer, he was like, oh, you need to hit this dude in the head. And he spent like 10 lives doing what I was doing, which is just like jumping up and trying to hit him in the face. Just not what you're supposed to do. You just have to hit him.
Fire spell work. No, of course not.
Get over here. Did I break him?
Oh! Nice. You're more pro than pro, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're just... Well, I say we. You're just, like, kicking ass here and just blazing through this.
It's all about just getting those damned items.
Yeah.
Once you have them, it just kind of steamrolls. Though, I don't know where to get Reflect.
Well, it's gonna have to be in the other continent, right?
Is it?
East continent. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's that town with the chimney. It's gotta be.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's the only thing we haven't done.
But I have to remember where it is. I think it's like right above me. Like when I get out of here, I hang a right and a right.
Are you on the East continent? I wasn't here
Yeah.
for a few minutes. Okay, cool. Man. It's just Ache Claw. No, Ache shall never kill Ache.
Oh yeah, I can do this now.
Yeah! Up to a point. It's a good point, though. Nope, point right now.
Boots of water walking.
Boots. Das Boots. Whoa. You killed them, they drowned.
Kind of hoping I can walk on water there. You know, would have at least been logical.
In the other game, it'd be like a darker color to indicate deep water. Oh, I bet you could downstab on those Lizalfos.
Maybe.
They don't have helmets.
Oh, there's one big fucking circle.
Yeah.
There's not that much continent. Oh well. Let's just endure this. But you said Thunder was for here, right?
Probably. Oh, yeah. They also aim at what you're going to be, so if you, like, stop for, like, half a second, they'll miss you. That's a river devil, despite there being no river.
There it is.
Brave Town!
When you stop giving a fuck about magic use. A town of Darunia. There's the chimney.
Well, a chimney.
There are many like it. Go away! My spider sense is tingling right here.
Could also be on the one on the right, because there's a progressively higher level of roof.
Okay, so you said if I crouch first and then do it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay.
Just slorp. We're in. Aw, it's up thrust.
It's upstab.
You wish this would down there. No, I wish it would reflect, motherfucker. Well, that's good.
What's it look like, though? What's it look like?
Well, at the
What? Oh, okay. It's like he's hugging a pole.
That's what it looks like. I have paused, by the way. Don't be afraid.
I'm afraid.
Am I out of towns?
Well, I mean, that one place had a swordsman and a magic user, so I think every town has a magic spell, and then two of them also have techniques. I don't know.
I got this already.
Didn't we?
Yeah, because it was for the kid.
Huh. Guess Grandma's got dementia.
She knows two things. Her kid is missing and her kid is back.
She could hold both of those ideas in her head at the same time.
I remember a town by the water. Like, on this continent, unless I am completely out of my gourd.
You're good.
Oh.
Oh, you can get this now. You didn't already. Hey! You have all the heart containers, and you're one level up away from max level. Assuming it's 8, I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Yeah, and there's the palace, and there's the town, I think. Nope. Check the light.
Snarf, that's right.
Yeah. Right, there's bubbles between here and there, and I'd rather not.
Bubbles. We've got to have bubbles.
It's gonna turn into the accidental 100% run.
Well, you've already got all the magic and art containers. So yeah, it pretty much is. Literally the only thing left you haven't gotten is the reflect spell. And one level up.
I'm just gonna double check every town on this side.
What's that? What'd you say?
What, this dude?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Rebenak rides at the flute.
Oh, okay, well, I already have the flute.
Heal me. I'm surprised we haven't run into one of those Eyes of Ganon are everywhere people. And then they turn into a bat.
Oh, we found one. A long time ago.
Talk with my father before you leave town. I think I did already. I cannot help you.
What, you again? Told my daughter not to let you in here anymore. They're all weird houses.
Like, they're all basically Minecraft houses. You know, where you just slap together like 6 blocks of wood and some dirt. I don't know why I emphasize dirt so heavily, but...
Dirt!
Okay, not ready to go that way just yet.
It's time to do a little research.
Well, I don't know what research is gonna do for you.
Well, I mean, it should be... yeah, I don't know if the location of the spells is randomized or not.
Oh, I mean, the spell can't be in a cave or something like that.
Okay, yeah, it must be randomized, because it says you get it from Darunia after rescuing the kidnapped child.
Yeah.
So it's not that. Well, if I look at a list of every spell in the game and try to find the method that we haven't done yet.
Well, the only thing I could think of is there anything else at all that the Wizrobe boss is weak to other than Reflect?
Nope. That's it.
mirror. She lost her mirror.
Right. Oh, yes. I actually just looked at that. Wise man in Watertown is whatever. It doesn't matter. Lost mirror from underneath a table in an empty house. So look for an empty house in this town.
Holy shit.
I forgot about this. Yeah.
We were stopped by an empty house.
Yep. Yeah. Check around here. Ah, bullshit. NES bullshit. That's it. That's all you needed.
Yep. Oh, you found my mirror. Follow me. I'd like to buy a vowel. Alright, that's everything in the game.
That's it. You just need to defeat the Wizrobe and then defeat Thunderbird, I guess.
Yep. Two things I've never actually done before.
Ooh.
Navigating that final palace is gonna be a bitch.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless it randomizes in such a way that's hilarious.
It could.
I should have just kept going through Saria Town. Oh well. I committed to the long way.
Well, that's okay, because you don't know Saria's song and you never will.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. You are not a life potion. Or magic potion. Whatever.
Back in your hole.
Looks like a rock.
Looks like a rock.
You think we'll break the game at some point? Like it just starts accessing memory from out of bounds? I don't remember the layout of this place.
Me either.
Oh, how did you do that? That's not supposed to be possible.
Well, he had his shield down, so he wasn't guarding his upper body.
That's what stops it? I thought it was the fact that he had a helmet.
Nah. Helmets don't do anything, silly.
Well, yeah, otherwise he'd be wearing one. Protagonists never wear helmets. Hey, that's useful.
You know what? That was worth it.
Until you accidentally fall in the lava on the way back.
Yep. It almost happened right there, by the way. I'm petty. You weren't supposed to be there.
What? Okay.
I don't know. Someone moved it. Yeah, it does kind of look like katakana. But I think it's a rock texture, like the boulder, or I don't know, it could be a chunk of Ganon for all I know. Ah, yes.
Ah, yes, bullshit.
I have no reason to do this because I need to go down, if I remember correctly. I'm just curious. This is like if Captain Lou Albino played fucking Link.
You call him albino?
Albino? No, seriously, as a kid, that's what I called it. I know it's not, but...
That's funny. I never heard that. That seems really obvious in retrospect, but I've never heard that.
I can't do the Mario voice that Jenny does.
Shit, I can't remember the words. Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time, let's go do the Mario. Yeah, I can't do it either. Oh, that looks
That's ominous.
Oh, that's definitely ominous. No, God, no. Oh, God.
I don't know how I just entered the Matrix there for those jumps, but I'll take it.
White Knight.
Cannons left butt cheekies. Okay, so this should be the easiest fight on record.
Yep.
If I do that. He just has to eventually get hit.
Yep.
Motherfucker. And now that's
Half a tree? Oh.
Sure. That is the final palace that isn't the final palace done.
And this should level you up to max level.
This is a penultimate palace.
I guess it goes higher. I thought it was 8, but maybe it's 9.
I think functionally it's 8.
Alright, well, I got a meatloaf in the oven I need to take out, so I'll be back in just a little bit.
Okay. Meatloaf break. Okay, so like I said, I never really beat this game. I've seen my college roommates do it a lot, I've seen my college roommates' friends do it a lot, I've seen speedruns, I've seen GDQ runs, I watched Jared's whole randomizer playthrough, but I myself have never navigated the, I guess it's called the Grand Palace. I've never fought the Thunderbird, and I've never done this thing at the end. So, all I know is that it's a bit of a clusterfuck on the best of days. Now it's randomized. So, this could be hilarious. I'm kind of hoping it randomizes into a straight path, which would be, like, the funniest way to end this. do a quick life and magic recharge here. No, I'll just do this. Cool. Yeah. I think it's up here. Nice. It's like the 3 standing stones. We passed them a little bit ago, and now you're just gone in my brain. It's somewhere on this continent, I think. Pretty sure. Almost positive. I think past the thing up here. Yep, there they are. So... if we stand in the middle, play the flute, palace appears. This is just supposed to be one of the normal palaces, and instead it's the last one. Barrier goes up because we killed all the other palaces. Also, it's supposed to be kind of a gold color. Instead we get like spearmint. wintergreen. I don't know. I kind of like it. I remember there being false walls, like, everywhere. I don't know why there's bird people here. I guess in hindsight, they are the bird people from the, you know, Breath of the Wild and that other game they were in. Yeah. Were they Rito or Ruta? Yeah, I think they were the Rita. Yeah. Giant slime. I don't know if the boss curtains up there actually mean anything now. Yes, fish became bird. Aha, aha. Oh, here's the boss. Remember how I was joking that wouldn't it be cool if it was just a straight shot to the boss? It literally is a straight shot to the boss. So, you need the Thunder Spell to make him attackable, and then I think you gotta go for the head. That's a crazy amount of damage it's doing, considering, you know, I have a shield spell on top of everything else. Oh, that's the boss. And that's the shape. Thank you for the bits, hoggers. Oh boy, now I have to find the Triforce chamber. That's some bullshit. So here's a good question. Since I beat the Thunderbird, if I get a return again in here, do I have to fight it again? Because I'd like to not. Oh, thank Christ. The giant anti-fairy. Life, please. That's unfortunate. Wait, does the magic bottle, do the magic bottles refresh by leaving the screen and coming back? Suppose it's relevant because I don't think I have enough for jump. Yep. Honestly, dying might be the right course of action here. I can't jump, why did I do this? Nice. That worked. Here comes some bullshit. Told you. But I know a trick. That's not the right spell. That's different.
Oh, Final Palace.
So, remember how I was saying it'd be really cool if the bosses was like right fucking there?
Yeah.
So I went to the left and it was a bunch of rooms and I died. So when I got back, I went to the right and the boss was right there. So the Thunderbird is dead, but I don't know where the Triforce Chamber is.
It's not just beyond that?
Nope.
Oh. Well, that's a problem. Oops. Oh. So, I've got Meatloaf, so I'm going to be muting on and off, but I'll be here.
Enjoy. That didn't go as planned.
That was weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, at least you were able to get out without having to use fairy or something. Well, then there's this asshole.
And then there's this asshole.
Oh! Oh, that's unfortunate.
Alright, so I don't know if that causes the whole dungeon to reset or what.
Oh, it shouldn't. If you've killed the Thunderbird, it should stay dead. I would assume. Maybe. But if he's right there, maybe you should just go to his chamber and find out.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because the other way is terrible. Yeah, he's dead. That's where I fell through, and that was progress.
It's funny, I never noticed from all the other playthroughs I've seen that all the enemies are just birds in here.
Yeah, I was wondering if these are like descendants of the Rito or...
Yeah.
Didn't expect that. But I think this is where I wanted to be. Yeah, it is. So we get the ferry over here. You know, chilling. Then we go this way and not fall into the lava. Weird. What am I doing? Well, this is how we die, bird friend. Locked in combat eternally.
Specs giving you the ellipses over there.
Oh, this feels Triforcey.
Oh shit, it's happening.
Oh shit, it's happening. Oh shit, I'm saving a state. For reasons. You must face.
You've been gnomed.
You must face Dark Link.
You must face Dark Error.
Yeah. So there is a cheese strategy. If I get desperate, I might. But this is like the worst fight against a guy with a shield in the game. The story here is that this guy has the Triforce of Courage, and you must prove yourself by facing your inner darkness. And that's it. Why am I not using shield? I can't see him when he's over there.
Oh my god. You're actually doing this.
I'm actually doing this.
You.
And the color palette are set to normal.
Oh, so
Error,
good.
you are the hero of Hyrule. I did it.
You say you've never beaten this before. You did pretty fucking good.
I've never beaten this before. You saved Hyrule, and you are a real hero. Wrong timeline. But yeah. Mwah! She lifts Error off his feet. Devours him whole.
Well, shit, dude. Well done.
Thank you. That was actually the smoothest randomizer we've done.
Yeah, that was... how long? I mean, this is the second episode, right?
Yeah, so if we were doing a timer on this, it was about 6 hours, maybe 6.5
Holy
altogether.
shit.
Which, it ain't bad.
And that was without any spoilers. Like, no hints or anything. Holy shit. You just blazed through that. Like every time I try playing this game normally, I get to the second continent, it's like, oh, this is kind of like a pain in the ass. Maybe I shouldn't. God damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. Yeah. Yeah.
And you 100%ed it too, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other terrifying thing, isn't it? So yeah, thank you for coming to our accidental 100% run of Zelda 2 Randomized, and celebrating our 15th subscriber landmark. Yeah, I didn't expect it to end this early.
Exactly 2 hours. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, but it's not the worst thing. We could chat for a bit.
Yeah. Hey, Chad, how's it going?
Let's drop the in-game volume a bit. There we go.
How's it going, Chad?
So yeah, I really don't have anything. I had nothing else planned. I really didn't think it was gonna go this quick. Good boy.
Bex just had a delicious boiger.
Boigar. But yeah, with this done, Mondays will go back to being Prey. Wednesday, I'd like to bring back the Wheel of Randomization, or whatever the heck we're calling it.
Wheel of Morality. Turn.
Yeah, I'm actually going to bring that up. Let's get rid of that and put this here. It's tiny. That's not good.
You can't even read it, yeah.
Yeah, Wheel. I don't know. 1920 by 1080. That's also not good. I'll do something stupid. Transform. I don't know. Fit the screen. Perfect. Yeah, so if you weren't around when we were doing this before...
oh god, you put Shogo on it.
I did put Shogo on it. We were doing a wheel of random DOS era games on Wednesdays, and this was the Wheel of Wednesdays, which got shortened to the Wheel, and it may wind up being Way Back Wednesday. I don't know. But yeah, so this is where we wound up getting Inherit the Earth from, and the seventh guest. We played Bioforge. And yes, Toonstruck. I should add I think it's Toonstruck, right?
Yeah.
I should add that on there instead of I think I'm gonna lop Magic Carpet off because it wasn't much of a experience. So I'll replace Magic Carpet there with Toonstruck. And what we would do, I have no history with Sam & Max and I don't actually own it. So we'll wait until you get back in action on that. But what we used to do was we would spin the wheel, the game would come up, I'd give it a go. 9 times out of 10, that usually meant getting stuck somewhere and quitting and spinning the wheel again. But we did beat a few games like Loom and Inherit the Earth, and I think one other one. And we're gonna bring it back. Good games will probably get cycled into Monday playthroughs. Bad games will be, we'll do it till I lose my mind.
Is that Descent 1 I see underneath Click?
Yeah, so if you can't read it all, it's Magic Carpet Plus, which we're going to wipe out and replace with Toonstruck. We've got Descent 1, we've got Maniac Mansion, Quest for Glory 1, the Star Trek 25th Anniversary game, and Shogo Mobile Armored Defense. But I would like some more suggestions. Um, Now, I have a pretty extensive library on GOG with a bunch of old games, but I can also make use of the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine. Well, not the Wayback Machine. The Internet Archive has like a in-browser DOS emulator thing that I've been seeing some retro streamers use. So if there's a game that you'd like added to the wheel, let me know. DM it to me, or either tweet it at us at Team RetroFox on Twitter, or DM us, or if you know how to message me directly, drop some suggestions. I'll throw them onto the wheel. We'll make a thing of it. And Friday will more than likely be more Stellaris, and that'll be it for the week for a while. I want to stick to Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I actually kind of feel bad just ending it here.
Well, it's been a solid 2 hours. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us are capable of just kind of like sustaining a conversation. I mean, I know I'm not, and I don't know. I don't think we're the type of extroverts who could just like talk without really nothing going on in the background. I don't know.
It depends. I don't mind answering questions or whatever.
Everything.
Everything.
As in everything the game? The game.
Everything the game. Do I have everything in the game? I think the Epic Game Store was giving that away for a little while.
Oh yeah, I gotta check what's free now.
I think they cycled back to something they already did once.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were doing Into the Breach again.
Yeah.
Which I picked up last time and is very good. Hey, maybe you can play Into the Breach.
Well, I have FTL installed. Maybe I can do FTL.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Let's take a look. Everything. It starts with E. I should look down into E's. Yeah, I actually do have everything in the game. And I think I have Hypnospace Outlaw. I do, through you, actually, Specs. It was supposed to be retro games, but I don't care.
It's whatever Wednesdays.
Yeah. Hey, that's actually a good one. The Wheel of Whatever.
Hey, yeah. Ooh,
okay.
Railway Empire is going to be free soon, or it's coming soon. I can't tell. Epic is kind of vague on this.
Epic is kind of epic. Not in a good way. I'm not going to detract on them too much on a live stream.
Unless they send their hit squad.
Yeah, something like that.
The Fortnite Furies.
They'll just undercut me on V-Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and looking ahead, in October we're gonna try to do some focus on some horror games. I'm personally going to do a full playthrough of Alan Wake because I fucking love Alan Wake.
I was thinking if I could get myself set up for streaming, I could do Dusk.
Specs and I'd be happy to help set you up for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I know I've been saying I should do a Kerbal Space Program, but that's probably just going to be me like quietly building rockets for 3 hours. Whereas Dusk is like kind of action packed. Might be more interesting.
Yeah, personally, I wouldn't be against Kerbal Space Program either, just because you and I have like the same shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just I don't know. I'm a quiet person unless like one or more of you guys is here like bantering with me. It's going to be like a quiet stream of me building rockets and not exploding them because I'm being professional about it. But yeah, Dusk is an excellent Halloween game.
Yeah. Yeah, Dusk could be fun. Alan Wake. If I get through Alan Wake and there's still more October, I'll do the other Alan Wake game. And if there's still more October, I'll do Control because it's all connected. It's not a lake; it's an ocean.
If it keeps going after the 31st, we'll just keep going too.
And maybe we'll. Is there crowd control for Kerbal? Oh my god! Could you imagine that?
Oh, whoops! No more Delta V. I have to look it out. Crowd control.
Yeah, I've got it here. Let's see. Bedlam Ball, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Dark Souls. Oh yeah, that actually reminds me. So this was the Zelda 2 randomizer was our 15 subscriber goal. If we can hit 30 subscribers, we're going to throw Iggy under the bus and make him play Dark Souls with crowd control enabled.
Oh my god.
Because one, he actually knows how to play the game out of all of us, really. And two, his reactions will be goddamn hilarious. If you've seen Spiritfarer, you know the sounds this boy makes. But yeah, let's see. Castlevania, Dark Souls 3, Fall Guys, Kirby Superstar, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4, Mega Man 8, Mega Man X.
Wait a minute. How do you do crowd control on Fall Guys? It's nothing but other people.
I'm guessing like invert controls, knock you down.
Oh, okay. Just hit the controls. Okay, that makes more sense. I was thinking like crowd control usually like alters the game in some way. You couldn't do that online, but if it just messes with your controls, that's something, I guess.
Actually, you know what? Since we're ending the stream kind of early, Wayne Radio TV did Fall Guys was crowd control. He posted it today.
Oh shit!
So we can take a look at that. Let's see: Minecraft, Pokemon Red Blue, SimCity SNES, Splunky, Mario 64, Mario 64 Randomizer, Mario 2, Mario 3, Mario RPG, Mario World 2, Super Metroid, Terraria, Skyrim, Zelda 1, Toe Jam and Earl, the other Toe Jam and Earl, Tony Hawk's
the other Toe Jam and Earl.
Minecraft was crowd control in VR. I'll leave that to you. But yeah, Kerbal Space Program is not on here.
That doesn't surprise me.
But Dark Souls I do want to see because I'm going to hope there's an option to like delete your weapon. Like so like Iggy's in the middle of a boss fight and then he swings his sword and then it just bloop right out of existence.
He spends 10 minutes getting that dragon tail sword at the very beginning and it just immediately goes away afterwards.
Yeah, I watched Pro Jared do a Link to the Past run with crowd control on, and it was hilarious. Like they were making Link immaterial, so he could go through walls, but he couldn't go through doors. Delete not delete, but just make the sword go away for a bit. Outright kill him if you put enough money into the system. It was great.
Yeah, there's one that inverts your controls. There's another one that inverts the face buttons. So like B becomes X and A becomes Y and vice versa. And then they got one that swaps the buttons and the directions. And then there's one that can do all three at once, and it's ridiculous. They'll stack on top of each other.
Yeah. And you can also buff the player if you want to be nice.
Give him the fairy.
Yeah. trying to think. I have one VR horror game. I have Wilson's Heart, which was, it had a pretty A-list cast, and it's like you're in an asylum and you start seeing things.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
I haven't gotten very far because I am coward. Like if I ever play I'm not going to play Half-Life Alyx on stream. We've already done that with Specs. But like if you ever watch me play, like I get creeped out around the Zen stuff. So I will hesitate and freak out and not move and stop playing, and because it's just so immersive, and it's just like no.
It's like I'm really in a dystopia. Oh wait.
Yeah. What else can we do? Oh yeah, Outer Wilds. Not for October, but Rook pointed out a VR mod for it.
Ooh.
Because like using a controller, it was very hard with my hands. The VR ain't bad, but the weird thing is that you can only use your right hand to interact with the tools, and the tools are holstered to your waist. And just because I'm sitting all the time, I can't reach the language translator because it's on my left. But I found a way around it, so that might come up on a maybe after Prey. But I do want to finish Prey.
Yeah.
What else? Is there anything that you guys would like to see us tackle at some point? Or things to try out? Yeah, when my tomorrow I get the rebuffed reality VR power bank for my Oculus Quest, which should let me play up to pretty close to 10 hours in one go, and completely wirelessly because I use virtual desktop to tie into my PC. So I will more than likely try to squeeze in some more VR stuff. We'll squeeze it in there somewhere, because I wanted to do like Skyrim VR, not a full playthrough, just a completely wacky fuck around time.
Do a touch the Skyrim run and just install a bunch of random mods and see what's changed.
Oh god. You know what? If it doesn't break the VR setup, sure.
Oh, hey, why don't we put the music back on while we're talking?
I can do that. Game Chops. There you go.
You know, I was looking at Descent 1 on the wheel here.
Yeah?
And I've been waiting for a sale on Descent 3 on Good Old Games for a while, if that ever happens. I've got a physical copy somewhere, but I don't feel like messing with that. I'd love to do a run-through of that at some point. That used to be, like, my absolute, like, top game back in, like, 99, 2000. I wonder how much I remember of it even. It's been a while. Rook recommends everything. Everything and everything.
I'd have to install it and all that, so I think I'd save it for the wheel. I don't see jumping into a second game tonight.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea to stick it on the wheel.
Yeah. Also, like, this is just stuff we were spitballing. No commitments on anything from this point. We used to do a lot of, what is FriendSim?
Is that, no, I'm thinking of Hive Swap. I have no idea what FriendSim is. What were you saying? We used to do a lot of what?
Yeah, we were talking about doing like maybe a D&D game or a Vampires the Masquerade game, just like an actual tabletop RPG using Fantasy Grounds as the virtual tabletop. Just like a quick one-off, because we used to do a lot of that, and Iggy and I have been missing that.
Oh, so it is kind of like Hive Swap. I guess. I don't. I just know Hive Swap is a Homestuck thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that would be an Iggy thing. I know nothing about Homestuck, and I don't want to open that particular Pandora's box. We were also thinking of like streaming Final Fantasy XIV Savage runs, but that requires, you know, a group, and our FC has been having issues getting a group together for that for a while. But we'll probably stream some of the Relic Weapon stuff once that starts, and obviously 5.4 and 5.5. I might stream the story stuff for World of Warcraft Shadowlands, because that's coming out pretty soon, and I've been having a Warcraft itch, but I don't have a group for Warcraft anymore. Maybe I'll put LFG out there, I don't know. Yeah, we have just lots of ideas that we just spitball around that we really haven't been able to commit to or haven't really followed up on. But, you know, I guess nothing's really stopping us.
Huh. I just checked Steam right now. I'll sometimes check my my friend activity, and someone just bought Descent, and I don't know who it is. It's just I don't recognize the name. Maybe it's someone in here. I don't know. Maybe they saw Descent 1 on the list and bought it, because that's a really weird coincidence. I've never seen someone buy Descent on Steam before.
Well, like you showed up in friend activity or in your library?
In friend activity.
Okay.
Like, I mean, there's no date on it or a time stamp or anything, but it's literally the most recent thing.
Zombie cat. You know what this means, according to specs?
Zombie. What is it, Speaks? What's up? What does it mean? Oh shit! Well, there was that one time I started playing Borderlands 2, and then like everyone on my friends list was playing Borderlands 2 a week later, and it's like, wait a minute. Did I influence them, or were we all influenced by a higher power?
Persona music. That's something else that, I don't know, it kind of bothers me that, like, when we started the channel, we were doing Symphony of the Night and Final Fantasy XII and Persona 5 Royal. And all three of those just kind of fell off our map. And I'd like to go back to those.
Yeah, you guys are playing a lot of I almost said Persona. You guys were playing a lot of Persona a few months ago, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of RPGs going at the beginning of all this. I don't know. It just ideas. Oh, I should throw Planescape on the wheel. That might be fun.
Oh, is in Planescape Torment?
Yeah, Planescape Torment. Actually, the enhanced edition of it. I have it. I've been meaning to play it for years, and I don't know. I don't know if it's the interface or just that I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But I always I don't get out of the starting mortuary, whatever the hell it is.
Oh yeah, that's a game that's, I mean, you know, it's legendary. Mm-hmm. And I've always wanted to try it, but I know I'm not going to be able to get into it because I had a hell of a time getting into Baldur's Gate, and I didn't get like even halfway through that.
Yeah, that's another one on my would like to do list.
There's mods for Sonic Forces. Oh, I guess there would be. That's cool.
Sonic Forces XL. I don't know, like the one mod I would like to see is something they did, I guess, on the mobile version where they added Whisper and Tangle from the IDW comics run. Because I love those characters.
Oh, the wolf and the what's Tangle?
Lemur.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Whisper is a wolf. But no, wait, yeah, Sniper Wolf. That was a joke. Metal Gear reference.
Oh. Okay. I'm not a Metal Gear guy.
Like all of Whisper's backstory teammates or whatever, they're all basically Metal Gear Solid boss references.
Oh, yes, the obligatory Sans mod. Every game's gotta have one.
Because Sans fits so well into Sonic.
Ooh, actually, it'd be cool to have like a skeletal character that's actually like an animal skeleton. That would be cool.
Trying to think what else. Starfleet Academy. That could be fun. I really wish GOG would get Klingon Academy up on there, because that was the shit. Starfleet Academy was good too.
Oh, like the really old like DOS version?
No. They had like a FMV game with a full Starship simulator.
Oh, cool.
So like you'd be attending classes that are led by Sulu and Chekhov, played by, George Takei and Walter Koenig. And then, Kirk would show up. And Klingon Academy, they actually went and got most of the cast from Star Trek 6 back. So you had General Chang and
cool.
Chancellor Gorkon before he was Chancellor. You get to see how Chang lost his eye. And you could actually do like limited voice commands in Klingon to control the ship.
Oh, that is absolutely extra. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other like good Star Trek games other than like, the adventure game 25th anniversary. Like Armada maybe.
I wouldn't call Armada good.
I might be thinking of the wrong game. I keep referencing this game I bought like 20 years ago that was a lot of fun, and I've got it somewhere here, but I can't find it. I don't remember what it was called. Yeah, it probably wasn't Armada. It was around that same time, though. We had this discussion. I think we found it, but I forgot what it was called. But it was basically like it was almost like a 4X game where you had like this just giant galactic map with the Borg slowly invading, and you had to go to each like hex cell that was under, with conflict, and then you had like your little fleet of ships, and you would kind of. It almost plays out like in Star Trek Online now, where you like control one ship, but in this one it was like one or a couple, and you could do tactics like lower their shields enough to where you could beam over like a bomb or Marines to take over the ship and stuff like that. I can't remember what it was called. Klingon Culture Extra.
I think you're thinking of oh god, what the hell was it? Starfleet Command.
That might be it.
Like based on the old tabletop where you had like the Federation, the Klingons, the cat people, the other cat people, the Romulans, and
oh, it's been so long I don't remember what it looks like. It looks like that could be it though. Yeah, you're basically controlling like one ship and kind of like turning your ship to where the shields are strongest, and trying to lower their shields enough to cripple them or beam over stuff. Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah, they had the Cation. I can't pronounce it. Zombie, help me out here.
Okay, so yeah, we got the Catians. I don't know how to pronounce it either, and that's what I assume Ta'ana on the new Star Trek's Lower Deck show is.
Yes,
and also Lieutenant Maress on the animated series. But also on the animated series, one of the episodes was written by Larry Niven, and Larry Niven is famous for his Ringworld books, which has I don't remember what they were called. But they were like cat people, but almost like Klingons. They were like these fierce warrior-like race, and they showed up on an episode as well. So they're technically canon in Star Trek.
Yeah, and they're playable in Star Trek Online on the Klingon side. They're like Furcon or something like that.
Oh, you know what? Let me look it up. Let's see. Larry. Ringworld cat. The Kazin. The Kazinti are a fictional, very warlike and bloodthirsty race of cat-like aliens in Larry Niven's known space series. Yeah, they showed up in an episode of Star Trek. Which I guess technically isn't considered canon anymore. That one episode with Spock was, but now it's not. I don't know. But whatever. They're in Star Trek. That's all that matters.
Yeah. But they're
yeah, right. I mean, if Star Trek itself is gonna like mess with its own canon, then it's like, well, what's real anymore?
I like a loose cannon. I mean that's fine. But
Jay, you're a loose cannon. Turn in your badge.
God damn it!
I'm sorry.
I had a comeback for that too, and it's gone. but I was gonna say there was a Star Trek 4X game called Birth of the Federation.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I owned a physical copy. That's gone.
What kind of game was it?
Is Masters of Orion, Stellaris, that kind.
Whoa, really?
You like yeah, specs. Like if you played as the Federation, you started with Earth, and then you would build colony ships and scout ships and explore the star systems next to you, and you'd find the other races and negotiate with them however the hell you want, and build up the Federation. But like the other races were you had the Klingons, you had the Ferengi, you had the Romulans, you had the Cardassians, and I think you had the Borg.
Well, I'll tell you what, the most fun I've ever had with Stellaris was with that Star Trek mod, so that sounds like a shitload of fun. And I'm sure we've talked about this, but I don't remember it. That sounds really cool. Also, Star Trek Elite Forces. That would that would be something we could do, maybe.
I don't want to almost, because like it's like, oh yeah, the holo matches, let's do that, and then it was like you and me running around a castle just shooting each other, and it got real old real fast.
Well, okay, here's the thing though. I mean, yeah, that got old real fast because there's only 2 of us. This needs to be played with like 10 bots. See what we do. There's like 2 of us on a team with a couple other bots versus another team of bots, and then get this massive chaotic deathmatch going. So that's how you're supposed to play it, not just 2 people. You gotta get a big group. Just a whole bunch of bots. I assume it's still installed. Yeah, they made Star Trek Elite Force, the multiplayer, at least free. And I don't remember what it was called. It wasn't called Elite Force, was it? The re-release? The free one?
Yeah, it was still Elite Force.
Oh, okay.
Or it was holomatch.com or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Hollow Match, maybe? No, I can't find it anywhere. Whatever. If we decide to do it, I'll find it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Star Trek Elite Force is a Voyager game made in late 90s, early 2000s, and it was actually pretty good for the time. One of the better Star Trek adaptations, and it was based on the Quake 3 engine. So of course it had a deathmatch mode that was basically just Quake 3 but with Star Trek weapons. It was great, and I keep saying that. But then I actually played it. It's like, this isn't as good as I remember. But it's classic deathmatch stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the link. Made by Hasbro Interactive.
Well, it was made by Microprose, which was the company that actually made Master of Orion and Master of Orion 2.
Oh shit, really? Oh, that's cool. So it's an actual like Master of Orion's game almost.
Yeah, and since Master of Orion 2 was like my fucking obsession when I was a kid, I was all about this.
Wow. I don't know if I would have liked that as a kid. I wasn't really into that type of game at the time. I probably would have just bounced off it, but
I don't know. I was always a loser.
Oh man, back when I was a kid, our first computer had a Microprose pack, and it was like demos of 4 different games, and it was F-117A Stealth Fighter or Nighthawk Stealth Fighter, Civilization, Silent Hunter, and one other. I can't remember what it was now, but I completely bounced off Civilization. It's like nowadays I fucking love Civilization. Like I could just like play that for days at a time. But at the time, it's like all I ever played was F-117A Nighthawk, and just flew around and crashed in the mountains. I was too dumb to know what I was doing, but
man,
who did
MechWarrior?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Microprose did everything back in the day, it seemed like.
MechWarrior was... Dynamics. Which is that weird Sierra offshoot publisher. MechWarrior 2 was Activision.
Oh man, speaking of publishers and what they did, one game I really liked when I was younger, I can't remember the name of it, but it was made by Bethesda, and it was like this futuristic combat flight sim. Echelon, I think it was called.
That sounds familiar. And yes, Rook, I have that controller. I got it for $75 at a arcade. I don't want to call it an arcade convention. It was like an arcade showroom thing that was done in Orlando. Because you could play all the machines and you could put bids on some of them. And I wanted to use it for fucking Star Citizen, but getting that thing to work in Windows 10 is a nightmare. But using it for like an actual mech game would be incredible. Yeah, Steel Battalion. And that brings me to my complaint. There was a Steel Battalion game for the Kinect. I don't remember. Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
This is the hill I fucking die on. There was a Kinect game that was a sequel to Steel Battalion, where you were in the cockpit of your vertical tank, and you had like a team of 3 other people in there, and like you would have to look at them and like fist bump them, wave at them, like actually interact with these other characters. And it was amazing in concept, but because it was the Kinect, it was so badly executed. And, you know, that game died in obscurity. But it would be great if From Software, or just some guy with way too much time and way too much skill, took that game and converted it to VR.
See, I don't have experience with that type of game. I see that still not being as good as an actual controller, but I mean, it would absolutely be leagues better than just the vague gestures you could do on a Kinect. Like, you wouldn't get any like actual like physical feedback, but at least you could actually see your hand and direct it to where you want to go and like pull on it or whatever. But I mean, yeah, maybe that would be better. I don't know. Equal, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how well that would work.
It
could be
depends on
really
how
cool.
they...
Yeah, it all depends. Yeah, it depends on how immersive it is, I guess. Because that's the whole thing, the immersion. Oh my god.
That sounds amazing, Specs. VR trackers on the Steel Battalion controller. Oh, I mean, you could. Or, see, that's more of a specs level question.
Specs question.
Like, maybe, like, using, like, with the Index or the Quest, you have the external cameras, so maybe you could have it, like, detect the controller and do, like, this AR overlay. Cover the damn thing in QR codes. I mean, that's how Valve would do it.
Fiducial markers? I can't tell if you're making that up or not. I've literally never heard that.
You've seen the VR rooms that Valve had set up, right? Where you just walk in and, like, it's a bare room covered in QR codes.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what they were using for. I mean, he can go on about it for days. That's his thing.
Fiducial marker. Oh, I didn't know that had a name.
Yeah, I didn't know they were called that, but
cool.
Man, this turned into like one of those things where like you search for something on YouTube, you wind up like going through like 7 or 8 different things, but without the YouTube. Don't spread fake news. Okay, so we're coming up on 3 hours. I say we call it here.
That sounds good. We talked for a long time.
Yeah,
more than I thought we would.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do more of that. But for now, we're gonna call it. Thank you very, very, very much for coming in and spending the time with us. I hope you enjoyed the Zelda 2 run. I did. I didn't expect I would. I honestly expected to be pulling my hair out the whole damn time. Who knew it would be the smoothest run I did for a randomizer?
You just crushed it.
Yeah.
It's gone now. It's dead.
Wednesday, we'll be doing this wheel with some additions. Friday, Stellaris. That might be the end of the game, considering how far in we are. Maybe not. As long as Zombie and I are having fun with it, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
And then next Monday we'll resume Prey. And you know the spiel. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us here. Patreon down below. YouTube down below for a look at anything that we've streamed in the past, because Twitch doesn't like to hold on to its old stuff. Go figure.
Follow us home.
Follow us home. Come over. I'll make dinner.
Din-dins. I'll give you meatloaf.
Din-dins. Also, it is September. So if you want to support the channel monetarily by subscribing, subscriptions are at a discount. Resubscriptions are at a discount. And if you have Prime Gaming, formerly known as Twitch Prime, you've got that free sub. We'd be happy to take it off your hands. It all goes to help us do what we do, but better.
Better. We're good, but we could be better.
Exactly. I mean, there's some new hardware coming out, and I wouldn't mind a 370 or something, but
3070, whatever it is now. 30,000.
Yeah. It's 3070, 3080, 3030.
What are those, like, are they like ray tracing tech or something? Is that why they're so expensive?
Yeah. We need money to live. Or rather, I do, because this is my only source of income for right now. Also, you don't have to help monetarily, but do spread the word about the channel. Let your friends know what we're doing. Retweet the announcements of us going live. The more we get the word out there, it all really helps us a lot, because once we hit partner, things can really, really take off for us, and that'd be super great.
Tell your friends, warn your enemies.
Tell your friends, tell your enemies.
Brush your vegetables, eat your teeth.
Drink your milks.
Chew your milk 100 times.
God, now you've got me thinking about what's his name from the SB Nation article.
Who? What?
That Breaking Madden series. The yeah.
Why do I always forget his name? Yeah, the milk guy. Milks and eat your milks. Beef tank. Yes, thank you, Nikki. Nick Wilbur. Yes.
Yeah.
Clarence Beef Tank. Yes.
Clarence Beef Tank.
Oh my god, I would have been like thinking about that all day. What the fuck was his name? And you just like it came out there. Thank you. Yes, Clarence Beef Tank.
He had a Twitter for that character. It's still there at BeefTank98, where you could take a look. His first tweet was, "I play for October." If you have no idea what we're talking about, look up sbnation.com Breaking Madden, an amazing series of articles about just completely ruining Madden, which is really near and dear to my heart because I work QA on Madden 07 way back in the day on the original Xbox.
That's a weird way to put it. Near and dear to my heart. When you're telling me about all the horrible bugs you found.
Well, yes, that caused severe trauma near and dear to my heart.
Yes. Was it you who were talking about the glitch where like every player was inside the football, or was I hearing that somewhere else?
That wasn't me. I was the one that was actually, I can't say it on the air because there's still an NDA in effect, but yeah.
So it's like where are all the players? It's like the stadium's empty, and then one junior tester goes, "Have you looked inside the football?" They look inside the football, and there they are. Every
was that a Vine Sauce corruption? Because that sounds like a Vine Sauce corruption.
No, I think that was an actual glitch with they had to solve when making the fucking game. Oh no! The Vine Sauce corruption just sent the stadium to hell, literally.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Take care, one and all.